Felicitations, adventurers, and welcome to Roll for Felicity. I'm here with Jason, Akami, and Rue, and we're playing Band-Aids and Bullet Holes, which is a beat-em-up deck builder TTRPG of bloody revenge. We'll talk about that more in a little bit, but first, I'm going to throw it over to my guests to introduce themselves. Let people know your name, your pronouns, and then also, what was your favorite action figure as a kid? Or, I mean, to this day, I guess it doesn't have to be as a kid. You can play with action figures as an adult. But regardless of what the answer is, Jason, you can go first.
Hello, everyone. My name is Jason. I use he, him pronouns, and my favorite action figure, I had a couple different ones in the same set, but it was the Power Rangers where you could push a button, I think, on their belts, and their heads would spin into their chests. They would morph.
Oh.
So they would put their helmets on by their
Damn.
torsos just flipping. So each one had two heads, and one would hide inside the chest compartment. So I had a couple of those, and those were my favorite official action figures. But actually, the toy that I played with the most that I turned into a superhero was a white tiger Beanie Baby. That was really badass. So he would beat up those Power Rangers.
Yeah, had the size advantage, I would think,
Yes,
right? Because the
yes,
Beanie
very
Babies are a
much
lot
so.
bigger. That's great. Akami, tell us about yourself and action figure you liked as a kid.
Hello, my name is Okami, aka Hector Reyes, but I'm known as Okami all over the internet. My pronouns are he, they, and my favorite action figure was, classic He-Man. I had the original 80s He-Man with the sword, and I think I had one of the ones where if you press a button, he would spin around. And he was great. He was constantly in competition though with my Thundercats. So I would have these little crossover adventures with Skeletor and He-Man and the Thundercats, and sometimes they would fight each other. And then my stuffed animals would get involved as kaiju because they were bigger. It was
Yeah.
an incredibly overly imaginative child. Worried my parents. My dad told my mom, we need to get him Tonka trucks. And they got me a Tonka truck. And then I proceeded to put my stuffed animals and action figures in the Tonka trunk and be like, it's a magic machine and they're all going on adventures.
Yeah, with an imaginative kid, there's nothing you can give them that won't be some sort of adventure.
Yep.
Yeah, the vehicle. You're like, thanks for a vehicle for my other toys.
Yeah, exactly.
Amazing. Rue, tell us about yourself and the action figures you liked.
Yeah. Hello, everyone. I'm Rue. My pronouns are she, her. For a bit, I was stressed because I was like, I don't think I played with action figures. And I was going to just be like Barbies, I guess.
Mhm.
But then I remembered back in I don't know if these came out in the 80s or maybe early 90s. It might have been crossed over from one to the other. McDonald's had these transforming little, they started as just McDonald's food items. They were
yeah,
a burger, a
those.
milkshake, fries, the old school breakfast plate, which I don't think exists anymore. But I always was if I was really good, I got to have one. And they would transform into little critters. Their arms would come out and their little head would be, I think they were dinosaurs or
Nice.
dinosaur-ish things.
Yeah.
I forget if I think I had one or two, but my cousins had a bunch of them. And so whenever I went over to their house and they did not play with me, their mom would be like, here you go. These are the toys they don't play with.
Oh, no.
Because all my cousins were at least 5 years or older than me. There was a pretty big gap. And I was 6. And they're like, well, I definitely don't want to play with a 6-year-old. I'm a teenager. So
Yeah, okay. The context makes it a little bit less of a sad story.
Yeah. They were
Amazing.
just like, well, that's a child and I'm
a
I'm an
teenager.
adult. Yeah. I'm a young adult.
I love that.
And that transition from mom to mother.
Exactly. Jason, when you mentioned Beanie Babies, my eyes lit up because not only do I still to this day have a collection of over 200 Beanie Babies that are in my bedroom on display, but also
Hell yeah.
the toy that I was going to mention, Taylor, she, her, is when I was a kid, I would play summer camp with all my different Beanie Babies, and I would sort them into different like cabins, and like they had like these kind of stock personalities. So there would be a cabin for like the sporty kids, and there would be a cabin for like the popular girls or whatever. And so I brought this Beanie Baby to show.
Oh my god!
Because this is he would always be like the himbo, like hot boyfriend.
Yes.
Very easily manipulated by the mean girls.
I love that.
So yeah, I have a ton of Beanie Babies, and I was like, I gotta grab one of these for this. And the reason why this is our introductory question for this game is because in the rules for this game, kind of the intro part talks about playing guys, which is like you dump out all of your toys and you pick some and you kind of slot them into different character roles. Like maybe sometimes He-Man is the hero, maybe sometimes the Beanie Baby is the hero, but you put them into these different slots. And that's kind of what this game is. We have some stock characters that we're going to be playing, some pre-gen characters. We'll do a little bit to customize them. But we have what's called a powder keg, which is the scenario that we're playing. We'll talk about that more when I'm on that screen. And we'll slot our little guys into these little scenarios, and then we'll take turns playing them. It's a really fun, I've played a lot of TTRPGs that have pre-gen characters, but I haven't played anything quite like this, where you swap things around, and it's really fun. It is like playing with toys. If you want to play this game, it is on Kickstarter right now, and there is a link in chat to back it. The description from the Kickstarter of this game is Band-Aids and Bullet Holes is a deck builder tabletop role-playing game of bloody revenge operas set inside a tight-knit community of professional assassins. Play to find out the cost of vengeance as you look good, feel bad, do violence, cry about it, and repeat, just like your day job. I'm going to bring us over to our powder keg. And you won't be able to see our faces for a little bit, but you will be able to hear our voices, and you'll also be able to see what the hell we're doing. So see you in a second. Okay, hello. Hello again. Here we are.
Greetings and salutations.
Greetings, and you can hear the sound of our voices. So everyone can see we have this big scenario here. There's all these different characters, there's all this different stuff. The scenario that we are doing for this game is called Dead Mentor. When my rival, that bastard, and I were kids, our mentor taught us everything. I loved them dearly for it, but my rival always resented the way our mentor looked at them. Today our mentor turned up dead at home, their life savings gone. There's no evidence, but I know who did it. No one else knew where they kept the cash. That bastard is gonna pay, Justicars be damned. So, the first thing that we will do in this game is choose our characters. So I click this button that says character select. By the way, if you back this game, you do get access to this really cool playing card.io page, and it's so slick. And if you're like me and you mostly play games online, this is really nice. Hector, since you said that you wouldn't mind being the first player to take our first turn, do you want to also be the first person to pick one of these cast of characters from this rogues gallery and slot them into one of these roles?
I really like Charon, and I think Charon should be the Bloodhound.
Okay. And then these two calling cards, it's Charon, they, them, I think? Yeah, they, them. And has two calling cards that they come with, one briefcase handcuffed to wrist and eerie silence. And what Sharon, or I should say, I think Mila's in chat and they are a classicist. I think they would say it's actually Charon.
Charon, yeah.
So in fact, I can't see chat right now. Mila may have already said it. So you can see over here where it says scenes protagonist and accomplice. There are all of these other pre-generated ones. If you have something totally different in mind that you want it to be, I can edit the text on these to be whatever you want it to be.
I think I want fancy footwork.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Eerie silence, briefcase to the wrist, and fancy footwork. I think I'll go next because I actually do have someone that I think I want, which I
Yeah,
do
go for it.
love Lockhart. Lockhart, they, them, calling card number
Yes, me
1.
too.
Yeah, animal head mask.
Oh, Lockhart's not an actual rooster?
Yeah, we did the same.
Yeah.
You and I were
I was
talking about it. We
like,
were like,
oh,
it's
animal
so
head
funny.
mask, got you.
There's like an animal guy, but it is
We
a
play too many
mask.
role-playing games. That's the problem. We're just all
Yeah.
like, well, of course there's like this rooster-headed
Yeah,
individual.
there's,
Yeah.
there's a
Hard-boiled
there's a
noir
chicken.
story.
I was thinking Lockhart for the Justicar, which a lot of these characters are assassins basically, and the Justicar is a character who enforces the rules that these assassins aren't allowed to kill each other, and other things as well. There's an oath that we'll be taking later that'll spell more of that out. So I was thinking Lockhart for Justicar, but now that Karen is the Bloodhound, I almost feel like Lockhart could be the Bastard, because then we've got like a quiet character. I think Karen is also wearing a mask.
Yeah.
Has like straps.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. So maybe
Oh,
two
yeah.
masked characters as our Bastard and Bloodhound.
I mean, like, we could say Karen's wearing a mask, but honestly, I think Karen is just being, incredibly, kind to the disabled population. COVID really affected a lot of us.
Yeah, true. It does look like a medical mask.
It does look like a medical mask.
Yeah.
It looks like
There's a little smiley on it.
Yeah.
Or maybe that's wrinkles.
Yeah. Also, all of this art, I think Sam, who's the designer for this game, did. I believe all this character art Sam drew, and it feels great.
Well, Sam, 5 stars on Karen as
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's also kind of creepy that like the god of death, or a god of death, excuse me. What would your classicist friend call it? Oh, chthonic deity, right?
Yeah.
Chthonic, like tied to death, is wearing a freaking mask, a respirator mask. It's just it's kind of creepy with the red eyes.
Yeah, it is creepy. I'm trying to decide what I want to give Lockhart. So Lockhart has a pool cue, an animal head mask, of course.
What I'm looking at, engraved brass knuckles or trembling hands.
I was looking at those too. I think I'm gonna go with the brass knuckles. Pool cue, brass knuckles.
Oh, good.
Brass knuckles is also a king, so that's kind of, we want our Bastard to have some high value cards. So I think that's cool.
Oh, true. I forget about
what
the cards are.
Yeah, the value of the cards does matter when it comes to certain things. Okay, Rue or Jason, who wants to go next?
I almost want to be, for full comedy, Worm being the Bastard's parents.
Yeah.
It's just this little guy. He's just a little guy.
Yeah, let me get a close up on Worm for people. Worm has crumpled lotto tickets, a broken nose, needs a small loan. He's good for it, promise. I forgot to say what Lockhart needs an alibi for last night. That's what Lockhart's needs.
Yep.
Yeah.
So fitting.
Rue, what do you want the third calling card to be?
Yeah. I almost want to go like Hungry Dagger or Hefty Nail Gun. Just something absolutely
nail gun.
unhinged.
For emergencies.
Yeah, let's go Hefty Nail Gun. That seems... Actually, no. Let's give him the Hungry Dagger just because it's a little bit of a higher card.
Yeah.
Yeah, thinking strategically. All right, Jason, we've got the Mentor, the X, and the Justicar left. Who are you thinking?
I'm gonna have Auntie be the Justicar.
Hell yeah.
Ooh, Auntie, hold on. Let me look at that one.
I
Auntie's
like
very
the
cool.
idea because her job's like to be the judge and be a little investigative. But
Yeah.
I like the
Yeah,
idea
no.
that she's really good at it because she just follows the gossip. So like if these people are always watching, she's doing it because she like really has fun with it. She's not like just in this to uphold our sacred rules. She's gonna uphold them and then tell people about it later.
Yep.
And
Yeah,
I'm gonna
that's
give
right.
her the elephant-headed cane.
Ooh.
Hell yeah. So
That's a
Auntie
nice
also
one.
has a patronizing gaze, blistering hot tea, and her need is someone to feed the truffle pig.
Oh.
Uh,
Oh.
So there you go. All right. Hector, I believe it comes back to you then for the mentor or the ex.
Yeah, I think that we're gonna go with Queenie.
I mean, look at Queenie's art. That has
Yeah.
X written all over it.
All
Mhm.
over it. Flirty banter, lace up combat boots.
Sorry, light up combat boots.
Oh, excuse me.
Yeah.
Light
Light
up
up is
combat
crazy.
boots.
Light up is wild.
Light up combat boots. And I'm gonna go for an empty boba tea.
Great.
It feels very like mini skirt and Ugg boots.
Yeah.
You know, wandering through the Arctic tundra that is Beverly Hills.
It's very good. I love the idea of her still like nursing it.
Yeah,
So
just-
even though it's empty, just
Yeah,
like
well,
slowly
it's
melting
also-
ice.
It's also like a level 10 like card.
Yeah, it's
so I'm
yeah.
imagining that it still has like boba and ice on the bottom. She throws it in your face. Like that's what I think it's for.
Amazing. Okay, and that just leaves me to cast the mentor, poor dead mentor killed by the bastard. And it's a lot of these are tempting, but I have to pick Barf for the mentor, I think. I mean, Barf, that looks
Oh,
like someone who
boy.
ends up dead.
Needs a new kidney. Not anymore.
Yeah.
Not anymore. Bloody knuckles
Yeah.
and the stench of cigarettes. You know what?
Yeah.
Everything I learned about kicking people's ass, I learned from Barf.
Yeah, I also like this because Barf then I think is not that much older. Like it really is like well, to borrow Rue's experience, it really is a teenager with a kid mentorship.
Yeah.
Barf's doesn't look that much older than them. And then let's see, what do I want for the third? I mean, we could potentially do flashbacks with this mentor, but also the calling cards are just so evocative, so we got to make sure that good old Barf has 3. Let's say a revolver with a single bullet.
Right.
Ooh.
Yeah.
That's all that was
Yeah.
left after whatever happened to Barf. Okay, so I'm going to click this to return the spare characters, so those go back up there. There are circumstances where maybe we will want, like, oh, this person ended up being in a fight, we're going to grab them. So those other characters could show up at some point, but at least for now, this is what we're working with. And that means I got to bring us back so the people, we got to get out of PNG tuber mode. And I'll go to this one for now. Everyone, I just want to brag. I did a really fun little overlay thing. I'll demonstrate it now because maybe I'll forget to do it later. But I have everyone slotted into, you can see protagonist, accomplice, and then the city, which are the other 2 players. And as we go, I'll have these little transitions when we switch scenes, that the cameras will switch around.
I
Look at
love
that.
this.
Very cool.
Looks
Everyone
so
say,
I love
I'm
this
cool.
so much.
You're cool.
So cool, dude.
Oh no. I'm in trouble. One of my crushes is in chat. Hi, Levi.
Ooh. And then I also have little icons for who's the protagonist. So let's see, we have that one for sure, and then I'll change this depending on, we don't know who the accomplice and everything is going to be yet.
Ooh, nice.
So and then also I think I'm slightly getting ahead of myself because we need to go around to each of these characters who we have selected.
Yeah.
One that we didn't pick.
Oh.
And say they're, sorry, when I say we didn't pick, what I mean is I can't pick Lockhart to do this with. They are the ones that we cast, but not the ones that
I
like
see.
It's kind of,
Right.
I don't know how to word it in a way that makes more sense.
No, one
but
of the guys we picked.
One of the guys we picked, but not the one that you specifically picked. And say their happiest moment in life. This can be like 1 or 2 sentences. It can be a specific event. It can be just like, you know, with Auntie, maybe it's like she's always the happiest when she's feeding her truffle pig.
Right.
So yeah, Hector, do you want to go first?
Yeah. I think Lockhart's happiest moment is when he finally murdered Barf and proved his worth.
Oh my gosh. What a bastard.
I poisoned his fishes.
I said happiest, which is not exactly wrong. I
Happiest,
think
yes. Lockhart was most happy when Barf was dead.
I think in the text it says like safest, and let me see, what does it actually say?
Oh, safest? Hold on.
Hang on, let me see what it actually says.
When they're safest and most loved is what you have.
Oh, safest and most loved. Rewind.
When they killed Barf.
Maybe.
Safest and most loved.
Oh, that's so interesting.
When they are out and about with their mask on. Like when they are either like at a convention or at a kink event and people are like into the mask, if that makes sense. The anonymity of it, you know, whether it's geeky at like a con or whether it's like sexy at a kink event, he feels safest and most loved as like Lockhart the chicken, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
Whether that's in a nerdy context or whether that's in a sexy context. And Lockhart does both.
I love that. I love that too, because the mask, obviously we can't take the mask off the character art, but the mask is a calling card. And characters can lose calling cards. So that's great. Okay, I can go next. We'll just stick to the order that we selected the cards in, and that's the order we'll do for turns too. So who did I not pick? Let's do Queenie. Queenie is at their safest and most loved. I think Queenie is in some kind of like fight club. Most of these characters, I think actually kind of all of the characters in the game that come up are assassins. So even though Queenie is an ex and is not like specifically mentioned as being an assassin, safe to assume that she is a ferryman. I think she's in some kind of fight club, and I think when she feels safest and most loved is going home after, like walking home, those light up combat boots flickering in the dark alleys, some kind of weapon at her side. I think that's when she feels safest and most loved. Rue.
Yeah. I'll do Auntie. I think she feels safest and most loved when the information that she receives like plays out in front of her. So either when she's like meeting with the other Justicars, and she finds out about like they've got someone, and she's like, I knew that was going to happen. I had information for that already. I already saw that playing out. Or like hearing about something and just being like, my little I was gonna say birds, whatever she uses to get like information.
My little truffle pigs.
her truffle pigs bring her the information. Just kind of that like feeling of like, yes, I trusted the right people. They brought me the right information. I already knew this was gonna be this way, and now that like just solidified.
Yeah, hell yeah. Okay, Jason, you get to pick one.
Yeah, I'll do Barf. I think he feels his like safest, most loved moment was when after like raising Charon and Lockhart for a while and training them in the ways. They had their first like successful job, where it was like the first time they stopped fighting, like their childish rivalry. They were able to put it aside and work together, and it was like a big success. Even if it was just like robbing a convenience store or something, he was really proud of them. And Barf had long given up on like the idea of having a family of his own. Um, and he knew he would be trapped in this life forever. But in that moment, he felt like he could have a family within this organization through these two people, because he didn't
Heck
know what was
yeah.
coming yet.
Yeah, R.I.P. Barf. F's in the
So
chat for Barf.
tragic.
Great. That's it, because we don't do one for we don't do every single one of our characters. We just do one for each of us. Which means now we get to take the oath of heaven.
Ooh, here we
So
go.
I have that written out. So we have some things we say all together, and then each of us have lines, and we come back together at the end. So, starting now, we are the gentle ferrymen
of heaven. We
promise
our lives to heaven's own laws.
I will never seek the death of a ferryman.
I will never aid one who seeks the death of a ferryman.
I will always repay my debts in the manner my debtors demand.
When I witness a ferryman breaking their oath, I will always advise a justicar.
A justicar's word is law. Should I
fail to uphold these laws, let the fury of a justicar lay me low.
Be it by death, exile,
or whatever penance
they
may
demand.
Great.
That's so much harder than I...
It's hard when you're on a call, right? Because our audio is not quite synced up.
That's true.
Also, the captions, just all of us speaking at the same time. Like,
wild.
But that's what we have to do. We have to take the oath of heaven as ferrymen.
All right.
Great. So Hector, you get to be the protagonist first. So what that means, so in this game, the protagonist is the protagonist of a scene. It sometimes will be the protagonist of the movie we're making, which is presumably Charon. But this protagonist of the scene doesn't have to be Charon. It can be the bastard. It could be a side character. But what you get to do is you get
First player picks the Bloodhound.
Okay, yeah. You pick the Bloodhound, and you get to zoom in on the fateful moment where they swear vengeance. Where are they? What's happening around them? How do they feel? Do they know who to blame right away, or is finding out what they want on their first turn, and then they take their first turn? So first player does play the Bloodhound, and then you will say what they want in the scene and who they are trying to get it from. So you would pick another one of our characters and say they're going to see this person. Another player will pick up that character that you're looking for. That player is your accomplice in the scene, and the accomplice gets to pick a venue for the scene, and then the other two players, the city, describe that venue. We play out the scene, make demands, be vulnerable, whatever it is you're trying to do, and then we end the turn when someone gets what they want, or you run away like a coward. So scenes are usually on the shorter side. But yeah, Hector, so you're playing the Bloodhound, so you're playing Charon in this scene.
Okay.
What do you want? Oh, sorry, I don't want to you have to have your moment in the spotlight of your vengeance.
Yeah,
So
absolutely. All right.
Oh.
Ooh, costume change.
Whoa.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Let's go.
Charon stands there in his black hoodie, his red eyes glowing, in a blasted cityscape, rain dripping and coming down, the neon lights of downtown reflecting in the pools of water and puddles that are forming around him. He's staring inside of a trash can in an alleyway outside of Barf's Bar and Grill that is closed for the night. in that trash can is a blood-spattered, well-worn cock mask. He looks at it. He knows exactly who's responsible for the death of his mentor. Rules be damned. Coming for you, Lockhart. He grabs the mask, which is slowly deteriorating under the rain, realizing that this last bit of evidence is going to be worthless. Throws it into the ground as the rest of it just dissolves into the puddle. It looks like blood. Karen is making his way to Worm's apartment. The sniveling birth parent of Lockhart. If anyone is going to know where that traitorous bastard is, it's going to be his sperm donor.
Cool.
Incredible. All right. Who wants to play Worm?
I can.
Great. So we've got our first scene set up. Jason, you get to pick where Worm is found. There's a list of different options on the accomplice page, but you can also just make something up.
I think he would be at a casino, but not like a nice one, like a shitty one. And he's not even like in the casino section. He's just in the section that has TVs to watch horse races.
Nice. Okay, cool. And then Rue and I each get to pick one of these venue cards that are just dealt out that are down at the bottom now. And these, first of all, part of these cards, it's to establish more about like what this place looks like. These are also calling cards for the place. If this turns into a duel, we can assign these calling cards to the protagonist and accomplice, or if there's other people who end up in a fight. So, for example, if one of the calling cards is too much glass, we could say, oh, there's a duel. I'm gonna give Charon too much glass for their deck. And then Charon, if you flip that card over, it's like I crash through a window, grab some of the glass, attack someone with it. You can also make up calling cards. So Rue, if none of these are calling to you, no pun intended, we can change the text on them. I am going to pick Flickering Fluorescence as mine. That feels very fitting for a casino. Aces are also high in this game, so ace is a pretty good card.
Cool. I think I had to look this up, but I think I'm gonna throw in Muzak, which from what I very quickly searched is like just the kind of banal music that plays in the background at like a retail store or whatever.
Yeah, it's like MIDI level, like it's very like fake. Sometimes covers of existing songs. I used to work at a greenhouse, and they played music constantly, and it was this one CD of covers, and I just remember Fields of Gold by Sting playing on a fake MIDI saxophone.
So weird.
It would just come up every like hour and a half. So yeah, I'm very familiar with music. That's great. Okay, so I think that's all the setup. When it's your turn, I'm just going to go over some quick stuff since this is our first round playing this. When it's your turn, which it is Okami's turn, say reckless shit. You negotiate. That's one of the things. You can make offers, counter offers, threats, use biting words, felony destruction of property, or whatever. Say what you do and ask how they respond. So this scene could end with you exchanging calling cards. You can also edit each other's calling cards, that sort of thing, if you both agree to it. You can also catch someone with their heart exposed. If you say something that is emotionally vulnerable and the other person is like, hey, your heart's exposed, you can either risk something in return and you each heal a wound, or don't, and the person who exposed their heart suffers a wound. So be on the lookout for that during scenes. And then you can break a stalemate. If the two of you reach an impasse and neither will back down, both say what you want and then shuffle up and flip. The loser chooses the outcome. We'll get to that when that happens. But a lot of times scenes will end in a stalemate because the characters don't want to give each other what they want. And then you can also fight a duel. That's a whole other thing. We'll talk about that when it happens. Rue, you and I have a little bit different things that we do. We already embellished the venue. We also we can sit back and enjoy the scene. We can go, this is cool as hell what these guys are doing. But if you want to get involved, you can ask, how does that make you feel? You can send in 24 goons, which mentions should probably only happen at most once per game.
Just every scene.
Every scene. 2 goons.
2 goons.
I think I'm gonna send in two. I mean, if someone at the table is gonna do that, I do think Jason. I could see Jason every time as the city.
No, if enough people in the chat just spam the word goon.
No, don't spam the word
Everyone
goon
in chat, go ahead and spam goon.
Don't, please.
Someone comes into my chat and just sees without context, everyone's like, goon, goon, goon.
They're like, whoa, this is what's like going on in here?
None of them are in hot tubs. I don't understand this. You can also play up a calling card or a side character. So you could have, a wisecrack from the bartender. We could chime in with some of the descriptions that we have going on. We can also bring down the wrath of heaven. Tell the players a Justicar has been dispatched to find them, bring them in now, or pick them up for your next scene. Probably do that after something has happened that justifies it. And then also, maybe most importantly, cut the scene. As soon as someone gets what they want, say, how does this wrap up? Once somebody gets what they want, we move on. We want this to be like John Wick. The scene ends when someone is dead, when someone has the information they need. So as the city, we can keep an eye out for when that seems to have happened and say, hey, this is how the scene ends, and we jump to the next one. But that's enough talking from me. I'm going to throw it over Okami to you to establish how Charon is making their entrance here.
Charon is deathly quiet as he enters this smoke-filled back alley low-rent casino, going past all the various craps, cards, and roulette tables, making his way to Worm's table. Where is Worm? Worm playing blackjack?
Yeah, so there's like a section that just has horse races on TV, and you can fill out a card to bet on it. So there's a bunch of people who are like just seated watching horse races, and he's one of them.
It's at this point, Karen like grabs like a betting card, makes a couple of wagers, and sits down next to Worm, not looking at him, looking at the race, saying, I'm looking for your spawn.
Oh, holy shit. Oh my god, it's my terrible son's weird fuck, tall, quiet friend. Okay. Well, I don't know where he is.
I'm going to give you an opportunity to rethink your answer.
Oh, everyone's all threatening. If you're one of the ferrymen, you can be all scary. I get it. Why are you looking for him? I hate that guy. He hasn't sent me parent support in months.
You know, he like looks down at the card. I see you're not doing so great. Here you've been in dire straits.
Worm starts sweating, and he's like, nah, I'm living life, baby. That's why I'm here. I'm betting with money that I have. That's what you do at the casino.
It's at that point, you, Charon like reaches into his hoodie and pulls out a stack of bills that are spattered with blood, with like clipped together with a money clip, and he's just click puts it in front of Worm, and he's like,
bazinga.
"This should ease your amnesia. Where's your kid, Worm?"
All right, I really don't talk to him that often. He's always out working, doing the killing people for money thing. But I know that sometimes he goes to the church. He has business there, or he's praying. I don't know. I didn't raise him that way. I don't know if it's one of them churches that you guys use as a secret rendezvous point, or if it's just like a normal style church. Thank you for this money, by the way.
He gets up coldly, and he says, "Keep the money clip, old man. But if he's not there, I'll be paying you another visit."
Jesus Christ, I really hate you guys.
And Karen like gets up and starts heading to the church downtown that he knows where they all meet.
Send in the Clowns is playing in the music.
Yes, I was trying to think of something to play as like the scene, but I just couldn't come up with anything.
Amazing. Okay, so we'll bring these folks back to their spots. And I think I was the next to pick a character, so I'll go next for my turn. You know what? We had a scene with the Bloodhound. Let's have a scene with Lockhart. I'll pick them to be the scene's protagonist. Who are they going to? I think they're going to Auntie. And what they want is to pin the murder on someone else. Probably, I imagine, Charon. And say, hey, you know, Charon broke the rules, killed Barf. I'm just letting you know, Auntie. So who wants to play Auntie?
I can give it a shot.
Yeah, cool. Okay.
Jason and I'll be the city.
So let me go to that overlay, which is me and...
Yeah. Okay. I forget the Justicar hated the Mentor and was glad to see them dead. I fully forgot that was the case.
Yeah, we didn't talk about we talked about in the session 0, but not now. Okay, so then I'll give myself Lockhart.
Yeah. So I was just like, what is the Auntie's motivation to celebrate? Honestly,
this board is great.
Rue, you get to pick where this is.
Ooh, okay. Oh, some of these are so funny. Middle of traffic is one. Just standing in the middle of the street.
Yeah, I guess, yeah, standing in the street. You could also have it be there in a car together, I guess.
Yeah. Oh, I didn't even think of that. I was like, they're yelling across two cars while they're stuck in traffic.
I mean, that is cooler.
Actually, I kind of like that. I like the idea that this is one of the ways that Auntie gets her information is that she's just in like traffic jams that are unmoving, and then she'll just like her like window slowly drops and she gets information that way.
I love that. Great.
Ooh,
So
okay, you're in the middle of traffic.
we're in the middle of traffic.
Yeah.
But you two get to pick. Yeah.
I'm going. Let's do clattering rain because I already
Great.
established that it was
Ooh,
raining.
yeah.
Yeah.
So like it's raining. There's traffic. Jason, what do you think should be the other thing going on?
And I will add in that either we can both be in the same car, like you like quickly come into the car that I'm in, or we're in like side by side cars, whichever is your preference.
Yeah, we'll do creeping fog just to make it like a real, like, traffic hazard.
Ooh, yeah.
I love that. We see, I think, first a shot of, I keep wanting to say Queenie, but it's Auntie, in the car, and then this kind of like blur, because the passenger side window, there's the fog and there's the rain and everything. There's kind of a blurry figure comes up, and then a sleeve against the window, and I'm like, and then bending down, chicken head mask, knocks on the window.
Cool. I'm gonna say you knock on the like driver's side window. The driver window goes down, and it's just a regular driver or something who is like, she wants to talk to you in the back, and then you have to go all the way around the other side of the car to get to where she actually is.
There's like rain dripping off the beak of this rubber chicken mask. And I like the body language is very exasperated. I was gonna say exacerbated, but that's not right. Comes around the other side, and I think this time doesn't knock, just like opens the back door and slides in. I say, God damn it, Auntie, can't you tell it's fucking raining like hell outside? Just let me... Okay. How are you?
Doing okay. Make sure you don't drip all over this car. This is one of my nicer cars, and there's like a bunch of like plastic that's just on your side. Let's like put that down.
Yeah, I reach into like the little pouch behind like the back of the car, like, or the back of the like seat, and like pull out one of those like things of tissues that like Auntie always has there, and I pull it out, take them out, and start like just using tissues to try to wipe the
like dab it off.
Yeah,
I
dab
fully
the
thought you were gonna say you pull out a poncho that she
yeah, not as useful now.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I say, okay, I thought you should know, Charon, well, I don't know why, but, kinda Barf found him dead behind, his own restaurant.
Finally someone got Barf. Also, finally, you brought this information to me. I already heard about it the other day, but I'm glad that you did finally get to me to let me know also.
Well,
a little late.
If you already know about it, then can I ask why Charon's still alive? I mean, isn't that kind of your job to, I mean, kill the ferryman?
We haven't gotten any conclusive information that it was Karen. There's a lot of mixed evidence that we're turning up. There's a little bit being pointed at you, Lockhart, since you're the other mentee. That kind of puts you and Karen as the two highest suspects. I mean, he's mentor to you both, so in the narrative, that just is the most exciting possibilities, I think. So I think both of you are suspects.
Lockhart just like their head like kind of tilts to the side. Obviously can't see their expression because they have this mask on, and they just say, "Come on, Auntie, do I look like a killer?"
I mean, I hope so. You're in heaven, so I hope I'm looking at a killer.
I mean, the kind of bastard that would do something like this. You really would think that of me, as opposed to Charon. I mean, they are always looming around dark corners. Very hard to read. Very hard to read.
They are. They don't bring me very much information. Which lowers my trust a lot, to be honest. Or I guess they keep it close to their heart, so maybe I should be favoring them. I don't know.
Okay, what do I gotta do, Auntie, I'm mad as hell. This is like, my dad sucks, and Barf was like the closest thing I had to a real father figure. So what do I gotta do to show you that Charon needs to be taken care of?
As the city, I'm gonna twist the knife. As all of a sudden
20 goons
enter the car.
As all of a sudden 24 goons dressed like clergy swarm the street, one of them smashing the front windshield and reaching in for Lockhart's throat. Charon is going to take a wound because they're the one that sent them. He went to the church and snitched on Lockhart and sicked a whole bunch of the other lower ranking ferrymen after Lockhart.
After Lockhart. Oh my gosh. I was joking when I said 20 goons, but that is what you did. Okay.
So how do I do the wounds thing? I just put the card on top of Charon?
Yes. So the wound cards, you can just drag that over and it goes in your deck. So with your calling cards.
Okay. Cool.
I think you would flip it over so it's facing the same way as everything else. Yeah. Wounds are, and then we'll also do this to mark you have a wound. The way wounds work is they are trump cards. So if it comes up in a fight, it is good. But if you get 3 wounds, you die. You die on your 3rd wound.
Gotcha.
There are special rules for the Bloodhound. The Bloodhound has other things they can do instead of die. For everyone else, it is that straightforward. I think there's also a thing where other characters in a scene can like jump in front of someone to take a wound for them. Things that you can do with that. But okay, so send in 24 goons. Whoever sends them suffers a wound. Whoever leads them enters the scene. Who is leading them?
Karen.
Oh, so Karen's here.
Karen's here. Yeah, actually, Karen's hand is the one that smashes through the windshield and goes for Lockhart's throat. And the priests, like these assassin priests, are like not attacking Auntie, but trying to get Auntie out of the car into safety.
Okay, incredible. Okay,
interesting.
Like it's escalating the heat, right? Which is what I'm sure the rules are designed to do this.
Yes,
is everyone okay with this? I want to make sure everybody has buy-in.
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
Yeah. No, that's good.
This is really cool. Okay, cool. So I think this brings us to our first duel. Because there is a mechanism for fights in this game. When you meet an opponent in battle, speak a word to death, for she walks close beside you. The short version of how this goes, you build tension as you set the scene, then you shuffle up and flip cards at each other until one of you runs or dies. So we start with the city. Each member of the city chooses to either choose or invent a calling card for this venue and award it to a duelist. Choose a duelist to mark a wound. Maybe this is karma, maybe it's something else. So you pick one or the other. You either give one of us a wound. And actually, this playing card space, the rules allow for there to be multiple characters in a duel. This overlay doesn't quite. They do get a card for, I think if someone calls in 24 goons, they get that in their deck. Yeah, write up a calling card for the goons and add it to their leader's deck.
That makes sense.
Okay, so while I'm editing that, City, which is Jason and Hector, you can make your choice to wound us or invent a calling card for the venue and award it to the duelist. Auntie can also have a wound. Anyone in the scene, you can give one to.
Help me, Jason. Let's escalate this. Let's make this wild.
Yeah, I mean, I think I will give a wound to Auntie. Like these goons pulling her out of the car, they're making a mistake by putting hands on a Justicar.
Yeah.
Yes.
And these
She's
low
fighting
level
back.
ferrymen will pay for this later. But she's gonna she gets hurt because someone just stopped traffic to smash her car up.
I'm gonna add reflections in the puddles.
Mm.
And I add that to who I give that to one of the protagonists, right? Or to the protagonist or the
Oh, sorry, I'm muted. You can give it to a protagonist or oh yes, and award it to a duelist. Yep. So you can give it to protagonist, accomplice, or
in order to avoid being biased, I'm gonna do reflections in the puddles for on Lockhart. As like Lockhart is kind of able to see where the killer priests are coming and where Charon is coming, like via like essentially like the ground is almost mirrored, like all of these puddles from the rain.
Cool.
So Lockhart has a little bit of a one up on what's going on, like an extra means of predicting where the next shot or the next swing is going to come from.
So we start with city. We did that. Either way, set the venue card or the wound in the scene. Describe it like it's a camera close up, a sound effect, or feeling in someone's gut. We did that. You both already did that without even having me told. When the city's done, the duelists take turns setting each of their calling cards into the scene the same way. Go through all of your calling cards and your wounds, turning each face up as you set it in the scene. When each of your decks is face up in front of you and you set the scene, you're ready to fight and ready to die. So we'll do that next. Let me see. There are rules for brawls. Oh yeah. If one named character is dueling several named characters, everyone flips at once. That's what's happening here. So we'll all flip at once. It'll be a 3-way game of war. Incredible. And okay. So each of us, we don't need to do like reflections in the puddle. Hector, you already set that up perfectly. So I won't
Awesome.
I won't establish that in the scene. But I will establish engraved brass knuckles. As soon as this like crash comes through the front window of Charon having like already done all of the setup, I'm on my back foot. I thought I was ahead, but actually I'm a step behind. I kind of like push my sleeves back and I've already got the brass knuckles on my hand. Like I don't need to get them out. They're already there. And yeah, my animal head mask, impossible to read my expression. I think I just like turned my head and I'm like making eye contact with Charon. Got the brass knuckles out. And pool cue is a funny one to be inside the back seat of a car.
Maybe it's like a retractable pool cue, right? Like you pull it out of your jacket and it goes and it comes out. Because people have like those. That. They have the ones. That's what I think it should be.
Lockhart is like got a custom made like and monogrammed with this rooster head.
Yeah. So one sleeve gets pulled up showing the engraved brass knuckles, and then my other hand I reach in and like pull out this pool cue that extends. Those are all my cards set up. Let's have Auntie go next, and then we'll have the Bloodhound set up your cards.
Yeah. Okay. So, pulling out the blistering hot tea. I think Auntie has like a little tumbler of just boiling, absolutely boiling hot tea. They have tea. Like just a gigantic, I was gonna say like Nalgene, but I think they only make those like clear things, which I don't think
water safe.
Yeah. So that size, but it is, but it is safe to use for hot tea. And then it's like slowly or quickly undoing the cap so that is ready to use.
Amazing.
She's like, what a waste of tea. of good tea. And then the wound. So this would just be me describing like how she got wounded.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I think since we already got the tea out, she's getting ready to whip out her hot boiling tea and then gets pulled by these priests attempting to take her to safety. And so she's fighting that and trying to open this up, and the tea splashes all over her arm. And it's instant. I forget which direction. The 1 degree, but whatever is like not super horrible burn, but
yeah, first degree burn.
Yeah.
She gets like a bit of a burn. It's starting to kind of blister up. And then, which works perfectly with her next thing, patronizing gaze. She turns that right at these priests that are coming in to help her. She like whips around and they just stop mid-action because she has her authority as a Justicar and authority as Auntie. I think she recognizes some of the priests, even though I forget if he said that they're masked or if they're like kind of hooded and hidden. Okay. She definitely recognizes
their
some
disguise
of them.
is that they're all wearing priest outfits. That's
their
disguise. Like nobody really,
They're still just like with their faces showing. Yeah, she's just kind of calling out each one of them. And is like, oh, I'm going to be reporting you to your mentor. I'm already keeping notes on this. You put hands on me. And then she pulls out her elephant-headed cane that she pulls out and is kind of waving around at Karen on the other side to try to get him off Lockhart. Attempting to do her Justicar duties and stop a ferryman from fighting another ferryman. Just in front of her eyes, this is happening.
In front of my tea.
Yeah.
In front of my blistering hot tea. Really quick before we do Charon's calling cards. With the brawls, if one character is dueling several named characters, everyone flips it once. Whatever side has the highest card wins. Everyone on the losing side suffers a wound. What side would you say Auntie is on? Because I do think to make this make the most sense, you would pick a side
between Lockhart and Karen.
Yes.
I think she's on the side of Lockhart in this moment, despite whatever she was kind of back and forth before, just because in this instant it is very clearly Karen fighting another ferryman, so that just is a very clear cut. She has to be on the side of the person being attacked.
Cool. Okay, let's Okami, tell us about Charon's calling cards.
Okay, Charon's calling cards. 24 goon, obviously. Like, all of these priests are coming out like and swarming this traffic jam, pulling out various different weapons, knives, chains, guns, getting ready to just go all in on Lockhart, and get in Auntie's way if they have to.
Unbelievable.
The wound is, you see like Charon's hand, right? Like he literally bare-fisted smashed through the windshield using all the martial arts training that he learned from Barf, but he still like cut up his hand. So his hand is just like dripping with blood. His knuckles on fingers are all cut up. He's so he's a briefcase handcuffed to the wrist. That is currently you see a handcuff like that's empty, and the briefcase is at the church. There's like a flashback to like where the briefcase is like hidden under a pew, but the bare handcuff is like still on him, and you can see like the other half of the handcuff is like empty, and it looks like to everyone else in the scene like it's been picked, like he did something to like unlock it.
I'm gonna change your calling card then.
Yeah.
To Just the handcuff.
Just the handcuff.
Okay. Handcuff. On wrist.
The thing that's like super creepy is that even though that this is like a wild like back and forth, there is a cone of like silence. Like you don't hear Charon move. His feet do not make sound. The priests are making sound. The shattering of the glass makes sound. But as he's moving around, there is no scuffing. There is no breath. It is just silence in motion. And then the final one is fancy footwork as he is just moving around, ducking, dodging, and weaving in between cars without making a sound to try and take Lockhart down.
Amazing. I realized also we're supposed to take turns doing the calling cards, so like, if there's another duel, we'll do it that way. But we did it this way this time. Jason, as the city, just a reminder, feel free, even though you don't have a character in this fight, apologies, you can describe things that are happening in the city. Also, I give you free reign to describe any generic goon what they may be doing. So we count down from 3 and flip our top cards. High cards wins except wounds beat all other suits and tie with each other. On ties, everyone suffers a wound. Losers suffer a wound and shuffle it into their deck. And then the loser gets to lead the conversation about how this beat of the duel goes, using the 2 cards flipped as inspiration. This is the time to make quips, spill your guts, say your prayers. The city can and should add details. Finally, the winner must choose. Take their chance to run like a coward and end the duel, or press the attack. Leave your flipped cards face up, shuffle any new ones into your deck, and flip again. So, Hector, you'll have to do yours manually, but Rue and I each have a little card, or the little button that just says deal a card.
Gotcha.
So we'll count down 3, 2, 1, and flip our cards.
All right.
3,
Go.
2, 1. Ooh. Okay, loser. Charon.
Yep.
I got those engraved brass knuckles. But that means that Hector, you get to describe what this looks like. And of course, Jason, you can chime in as well.
So what ends up happening is Auntie like tosses the drink and in that moment Charon is able to kind of bends backwards silently as the scalding hot tea flies over him, but as he like bounces and kicks up right into the brass knuckles as Lockhart just like slams the engraved brass knuckles across Charon's face, causing him to spin around and slam with a sickening thud onto the asphalt of the street. And I will take another wound.
Oh, I gave you one.
Oh,
Don't
you
take
already do
one.
it.
Sorry.
Yeah.
Don't give yourself another wound. That means our bloodhound in like the second scene of the game is at 2 out of 3 wounds, which is great. That's how the bloodhound should be. Rue, you and I are the winners here, so we get to decide if we want to take our chance and run or end the duel or press the attack. I'm inclined to run, like help you out and get you out of here, but I don't want to force your hand if that's not what you want to do.
Yeah, it probably is for the best. I do feel like Auntie would stand her ground here though as the Justicar, although I guess maybe she would be like, get you out of here and stop this from happening.
I think if it helps, maybe you're getting like they're trying to pull you out of the car. I'm still in the car. Charon is on the ground outside. I think I open my side of the car door and like slam it against Charon's head as they try to get up. Like not slam it shut, but like slam it open like onto them. And I will say, I told you this I mean, I don't know what the problem is. I don't know what kind of bee they've got in their bonnet. We need to get the hell out of here, regroup with the other Justicars, and figure out how we're going to take Charon out because they have lost it.
Yeah, let's... Oh,
there's an ad.
An ad.
ad just popped up. That's okay. I don't need that necessarily. Yeah, we need to stop this from happening, and it looks like Charon is will keep just attacking. So let's get a move on. Let's get out of here.
Okay, if you run like a coward, say something you leave behind, physical, emotional, metaphorical, and ask the city to close out the scene. Whoever you ran from can choose one of your calling cards and remake it, rewriting its description and or changing its rank. All duelists remove any venue cards from their decks. So I will remove Reflections and Puddles. I'll put it back up here. I think I was the only one who got a venue card.
And then I get I get rid of
oh, you get rid of 2 dozen goons.
2 dozen goons.
Yeah, I think that technically. Let's actually put this. Well, two dozen
we'll
goons
use
can't.
it a lot, so.
2 dozen goons can't be used again, no matter how much everyone in chat spams goon.
Damn it.
Our chat wants it so bad.
If we get $50 tip.
Levi's like 20 goons.
We'll bring in 2 dozen goons. Okay, something you leave behind. Ask the city to close the scene. So I guess both of us ran, Rue, so we both get to do
so
this.
we each... Okay.
It can be a calling card. It can also just be something physical, emotional, metaphorical. I think I left my kinship for Charon behind. I didn't necessarily, I didn't want to get caught for this, but just because I killed Barf, that doesn't mean I have to have any hard feelings for Charon. But that's gone now. Friendship with Charon ended.
I'm trying to think what she drops. Like, she's kind of embarrassed by the situation as a Justicar, that she's kind of dropped in the hierarchy a little bit. Her social clout has dropped. Her reputation is like starts spreading. She hears things in the grapevine that she does not like what she's hearing. All those priests are not as scared of her anymore because they're like, oh, she kind of just ran with Lockhart, one of the suspects.
Yep. Yeah.
Amazing. Okay, Hector, you get to rewrite one of each of our calling cards. You can change the value. That's a little bit more finicky in playing cards, but you can do it.
Yeah.
Or you can just rewrite what the text is. I can change either.
Let's see here.
Pull out what I have.
I think overwhelming cowardice.
Whoa! My pool cue gets left behind, and instead I have overwhelming cowardice. How do I spell it? There we go.
It's kind of a mirror of the patronizing gaze.
Yeah.
That's kind of what I was looking at.
You know what? Actually, Hector, can we have, I really like overwhelming cowardice. Can we have it be something a little bit more physical that is representing the overwhelming cowardice?
Okay.
Like flop sweat or...
Oh, yeah, no, you're right.
A look in the eye, like something like that.
What about coward speed?
Ooh, okay, yeah.
I was also thinking, like, they flinch now before they...
Yeah. They got the speed of a coward, which means, like, when they move fast, but they move fast when they're afraid. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like perfect. A panicked speed.
Yeah.
All right.
Absolutely.
I've changed it. The speed of a coward, engraved brass knuckles, animal head mask. What are you changing for Auntie?
I think the blistering hot tea, to keep it with the narrative, because it's already been emptied, is now damaged reputation.
Ooh,
Damaged reputation. All right.
Yeah.
that's good.
To fit in with the narrative, right? This idea that
Mhm.
like,
Yes. Can
oh,
we, I hate to say this again, can we make it
yeah.
something more physical?
Let's see here. Shady limp.
Shady limp. All right.
Yeah.
We've got that instead of the T. Okay, and then Jason, I'll let you do this as the member of the city who's had a little less to do. What is the last thing we see of this scene as Lockhart and Auntie get away?
Yeah, so they're running off. The 24 goons kind of realize that things have gone awry when Auntie has been harmed. They are too low level for this. And Charon has hit the asphalt face first after getting punched in the jaw. Blood is pouring out of their mouth into their mask. And upon hitting the asphalt, the mask also just gets wet with rain. It's raining. Um, so they are struggling to breathe, and they take the mask off, and it hits the ground in the rain. And then we match cut to the opening scene where it was the rooster mask, the red rooster mask that was
Mm,
kind of disintegrating in the rain, and Charon is seeing the same thing that he saw in the opening, but now it's his mask that is red and disintegrating in the rain, and he knows if he follows this path, he might die. But it also just kind of strengthens his resolve as he sees the same thing that he saw at the beginning of the story that set him out on this revenge mission. And
amazing.
then we'll like put a like hat on it. There's a clergyman in the back, goon number 24. He's like, I didn't even get to do anything, and now I'm so wet. My robes are soaked.
Soaked.
We just hear this in the background. Wow, this really dramatic.
Yeah,
thing is being
they're all like
seen.
trailing out like an audience out of a theater.
Yeah.
That was literally, that fight was one punch.
These
Yeah, but it
things
was
that
like 20
Justifier just
shots.
left.
It took like 12 hours to shoot because it was raining. Like it was a whole,
Yeah.
everybody was cold. Craft services had hot cocoa for everybody to keep people from getting sick.
Amazing. Okay, so two things. One, we're about at a break time. Two, I think Rue, you're up next to get to pick the protagonist.
This is going to be a flashback with Mentor
Ooh.
Barf.
Ooh.
I think it's got to be with Karen after that devastating end scene right before the 24th goon.
The 24th Goon is a companion movie to whatever
Yeah.
this movie is called.
Look, it says very specifically in the city section that you can portray side characters.
Yeah.
And Jason, you ran with
love
it. And I love
that.
it. I love
I
it.
love it.
Okay, Jason, do you want to play Charon in this scene since you kind of got short shrift in the last one?
Yeah, do
I
Charon.
can play Charon. Sure.
Yes.
Okay, so we will come back with this scene with Charon. We'll set out some more stuff with the city and all the other scenes setting for this flashback. But we're going to take a little break, probably like 10-ish minutes. While we're on break, check out my amazing players and the other places that you can find them. Give people a follow. And then also back this frickin' game. It's cool as hell. I believe the base tier for this is $15, and you get this cool digital play space as well as the PDF for the text. Let me put that link in chat as well. Kickstarter. And if you do back it, let us know, and you'll get to add a calling card. You can put your finger on the scale of justice. Are you gonna give Charon a Tommy gun? Or are you gonna give Lockhart 24 goons of their own? We'll find out. But we're gonna get to a break. So see you in a little bit. Bye. Hello, everyone. We are back with the second half of Band-Aids and Bullet Holes. As you can see, we've swapped around our little places. We have Rue playing Barf in this scene and a flashback. As we know, Barf is dead. Barf is dead to begin with. You have to understand that, or nothing that comes after this will mean anything to you. And then Jason is playing Charon, our bloodhound, but a younger version of Charon. So we'll see what that means. Rue, first you get to say, what does Barf want in this scene?
I think Barf, I think this is trying to place it in the timeline. Is maybe, let's say like a year before the current time of things is taking place. So both these mentees are still kind of mentees, even though they're doing their own thing. And Barf is hoping to bring Karen and Lockhart kind of back together as friends. They've been working as rivals a little more recently. They kind of picked back up on their childhood rivalry into a more adult antagonistic relationship. And so Barf is hoping to kind of see if he can fix the conflict there.
I love that. Jason, where is the scene taking place?
We will be at a Christmas tree lot.
Amazing. Is it Christmas or no?
It's almost Christmas.
Almost Christmas means
The
it's
lot's
not
still
Christmas
full.
yet.
Yeah, the lot's full.
Yeah.
So
A lot of
late
ducking in
November, early
in behind.
December.
Okay, great. Then that means Akami and I get to deal some venue cards.
Yeah, let's get some
and
venue
pick.
cards. I'm gonna go with shuffling crowds.
Nice. That makes sense.
Just because I feel like there's a lot of people here like shopping.
Ooh. I'm gonna go with thumping bass. I think there is.
DJ.
Yeah, I think there's like a Christmas DJ here. I think.
Right.
It's like there's
Playing
a lot
remixes,
of people
playing
yeah.
remixes of Last Christmas.
Yeah.
That's the one I was thinking of too.
Yeah. So it's pretty loud, which I think means Barf and Charon can talk kind of frankly, even though there's a lot of civilians around because there's shuffling crowds and thumping bass.
I think we're just walking through an area. So I just thought I just thought that it's a little quieter over here. That if you spoke to Lockhart, just see them, you know. I think y'all could patch things up a little bit. It's kind of bumming me out that the two of you don't even talk. If I call you both in, one of you always bails out at the last minute.
That's because Lockhart's a dick, and I don't need them anymore.
Oh, okay. We're very quickly moving. We're very quickly moving past what I'm trying to say here. I know Lockhart's a little rough around the edges. You know, I didn't want to, just like with you, I didn't want to smother his style. He kind of, what does he say? He's brutally honest. That's what he's always saying. So
it's just what people who are dicks say when they're mean. He thinks he's better than everyone, and his mask is very silly.
Okay, that's a line. We're not gonna
That's the line.
we're not gonna comment on his mask. That's a personal choice. It has nothing to do with how he acts.
It is. He's roostering. He's peacocking. I watched a YouTube video.
Oh no. Karen, come back to me. You don't need those podcasts. Maybe we need to bump up our meetings to more times in a week than I'm doing for you, Karen.
How many times are we meeting a week?
Not enough if you're listening to these guys with microphones. They don't know what they're talking about.
I'm criticizing that Lockhart is doing the things that those people say. I kill those guys.
I know, and that's what those are the jobs you're going out for. Yeah, Lockhart, he's straying. I'll be honest. He's straying from the path that I wanted you both on, and I was hoping the two of you working together with me, some of your personality would rub off on him, but it was working at the beginning when you two were younger. Once you guys got a job done together, it seemed like you guys were so close. I don't really know what happened.
It's just he's always getting in the way and then taking credit for everything. I mean, we were just kids when we were running those fun missions, but now, I have a career. I've got to focus on myself.
Yeah,
House remix of Blue Christmas starts playing. The DJ switches tracks.
Barf is looking at one of the Christmas trees. It's also just actively looking for a Christmas tree. What do you think about this one?
Taylor,
pretty good.
As the city, I feel like hearts are being exposed here.
Oh, that's a good, yeah.
I do, yeah. I do feel like
I think
being exposed.
Barf definitely is kind of being vulnerable. I'll pump that up a little bit, and Barf will kind of, after we talk a little bit about the Christmas tree, we'll be like, I feel like I'm failing Lockhart and you a little bit. I feel like I was supposed to bring you both into a better career path than you're doing pretty well, but I don't know. I don't know what's going on with Lockhart, and I feel like it's kind of my responsibility that he's he does good work, but God, he's such an asshole about it, and
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Yeah, that's what I mean by he always peacocks, which is instructions he learned from those podcasts. Look, it's not your fault, Barf. You're a great mentor. Neither of us would be where we are today. All right, look, this is a little cheesy, and I wasn't gonna do this, but I got you something. And I pull out just a framed picture of the three of us from when we were after our first successful job of robbing a convenience store.
You just snapped the
It's actually CTV footage from the convenience store feed.
Oh my God, that's incredible.
Me and Lockhart with our guns pointed at the guy, and you're standing behind us like this.
Yeah, I think we can see there is maybe something
so
ominous in the back, you can see part of a police car through the window or something.
Mm-hmm.
So as Hector mentioned, this is People's Hearts Exposed. One of the things you can do as the accomplice or the protagonist is when you catch someone with their heart exposed, choose, risk something in return, and you each heal a wound, or don't, and they just suffer a wound. And I do think that this gift is also risking something. We talked about this in the break, but I do think Karen is going to heal a wound here.
Hell yeah.
And even though this is in the past, I think it makes sense for the wound to be healed in the modern day. So let me find that wound. One of these wounds, and put these back and flip this over. There we go. I do also feel like that makes an end to the scene unless you
I
two
think
want to
so.
keep pushing. Because I don't know if Barf exactly got what he wanted, but I do think this
I don't think so.
the picture is like at least gesturing towards that.
Yeah.
I think
Yeah.
as the city, we close out the scene with like some I think I know. There's some light snowfall lands on this picture as Barf gets it. And then these shuffling crowds, there's like a change in the music. The crowds surge forward and push Charon and Barf apart from each other. And in that time, it was only for a moment, but that will be our transition to our next scene, which, Jason, you get to be the protagonist. Who do you want to be?
I guess I'll be Charon.
All right, makes sense.
Story going. Move this forward. I think Charon needs help appealing to the Justicars now that Lockhart is in Auntie's ear. So I'll probably go to my ex Queenie, who is also in the Ferrymen's Club. But like, yeah, there's only like 2 other ferrymen that Charon has been close to, and one's the bastard, and the other is my ex. So it's like now I have to go to this other person I'm not close with and appeal for help because maybe she's better. Maybe she has a better relationship with the Justicars than I do.
Okay, I like that. Let me flip over this accomplice. Who wants to play Queenie?
I do. So bad.
Great.
So bad. Do I want to play Queenie, if that's okay?
All right. Yeah, go for it. Okay, let me do this little transition. Bloop. Okay. Where is this happening, Queenie? Where does Karen find you?
We're meeting in a bumpin' nightclub.
Great.
Cool.
All right, and then Rue and I get to pick setting elements. I think it's the obvious pick, but I think thumping bass. I think the music cue transitions from Blue Christmas. Or maybe it's the same song. Maybe this is November. Maybe that was exactly 1 year ago today. That flashback.
It was a Christmas movie that we're in.
Yeah, we are. What's Sean? What is the guy? Sean Black? Is that right?
Shane Black.
Shane Black. Yeah.
Shane Black.
Always puts Christmas.
Or the Hawkeye series, which was also over Christmas.
Yeah.
This is Iron Man 3. what we're playing. It's coming out in July.
But deep cut. Deep cut.
That's the only Iron Man movie I've seen. Fun fact. Rue, what are you picking?
I think there's gonna be sprawling murals that are using like UV paints amongst like regular paint, so it like kind of has a bit of like a rave like rainbow effect going on the wall.
We would probably have like one of those private booths so we can have a discussion, unless Hector, you want to be tearing it up.
I'm down. Private booth, VIP area, baby.
Yeah, so we got bottle service, but Charon is like literally using the ice, like the whole bottle, like just to like on the side of their face. He has a new mask at this point, but he is tending his wound with the ice cold vodka or whatever.
Queenie is there, dressed in an outfit that looks like it belongs on a character in Euphoria. So cleavage, short skirt dress, fishnet stockings, glow up boots, which do not look out of place here. Large oversized purse that most people assume, club girl, big purse, as a cover for like various different weapons and items. She has rudely in the VIP section, she has her empty boba cup on the table almost like daring any of the like bottle girls or maitre d's to say something. Every time they do, she just gives them a look that, like, if looks could kill, they would be on the floor bleeding out. So they change their minds. She is not, she's a natural blonde, but she does not have her blonde hair. She has her hair swooped up in a wig cap, and she's wearing like a red bob right now, like a fierce red bob. Her nails are painted with fluorescent nail polish so that it's glowing in the black light, which is making all of the mirrors around glowing. She has a vape, like a really high tech fancy vape that she snuck into the club, that she occasionally takes a puff from, with a strange colored smoke emitting out of her mouth, implying that this vape is not nicotine and maybe not even cannabis. That something,
something else entirely.
Something else entirely. Something like high end and interesting. And it doesn't smell bad. It actually smells like intoxicating almost every single time she releases breath. And she's got like lashes on, makeup completely on point, and she's kind of sitting there in the booth looking incredible. And the first thing she says as she looks at you, putting the cold champagne bottle on the side of your face: classy. Real fucking classy. What do you want, Charon?
First of all, you look great. I hope you've been well.
I know.
Barf is dead. Lockhart killed him.
What?
Lockhart killed Barf.
Jesus fucking Christ. How come? And she puts down her vape and starts going into her purse. We need to call a goddamn Justicar right now. Like,
oh, good.
As she, like, calls.
This happens, a bar girl comes by with, like, shots. Hey, guys, you guys want...
Thank you, sweetheart. And she
I'll go take one. Thank you.
Thank you, sweetheart. And she just like winks at the bar girl, like very saucily, and mouths, like as the cell phone is ringing, she mouths, "Swing by in a few more minutes," like really exaggerated so that the bar girl can like
like lip read
it. Yeah, lip read it, and then she just downs the shot as she is waiting for Auntie to answer the goddamn phone.
Ooh. Rue, do you want to play Auntie?
However, I want to give Jason the space to stop me.
Oh, okay.
Oh, which Justicar are you calling?
the only one that I know of in the city, Auntie. Who else am I gonna call?
Yeah, she's not happy with me right now.
She shuts. Because she has one of the new flip phones.
Yeah, she has.
She shuts it, and is like, Auntie is like the only Justicar that matters in the city. Why the fuck is she not happy with you right now?
Well, I decided to go on my mission of revenge against Lockhart kind of before consulting anyone, and except for I got 24 goons. And when we found Lockhart, he was with Auntie, and the 24 goons kind of busted up her car, dragged her out of there. So Lockhart's in her ear. I mean, that's why I came to you. I mean, maybe you could talk sense into her, but I want you to have the full picture first.
I am not a fucking Justicar, Karen. What? My word over Auntie's. How is that going to work? And where the hell did you get 24 goons?
as Charon is explaining in depth how they got 24 goods, the music swells, and so we just hear the music really loudly that obscures Charon's explanation.
As the sound comes back in, it comes back with Queenie like saying a really like biting phrase. Those priests are idiots.
Yeah.
After, like the explanation.
They weren't that helpful, honestly. I got very injured, and I think Lockhart has not been injured, so.
He said Auntie got injured. The worst result.
Are you seriously telling me as she strokes her fingers against your arm, are you seriously telling me that you let Lockhart be permitted to utter the phrase, "You should see the other guy"?
Oh, fuck.
No.
He sucker punched me. I don't know. After I broke into his, after I punched a window, he sucker punched me. Yeah, don't worry about it. I was really cool.
We get a like almost like flash frame of Charon face down, blood like coming out of the mouth.
Like coming out.
The scene coming back.
Oh my god. This creepy bad boy thing. It is. What do you want?
I don't know. I just wanted to see you. I thought maybe you could help me somehow. I mean, if you talk to Auntie and you tell her that it was really Lockhart that did it, she might believe you.
Do you even have any proof?
When I was behind Barf's bar, I found one of Lockhart's masks, and he's just been on the outs with Barf for a while.
You mean those masks that deteriorate over like a 10-minute period when exposed to rain? She says incredibly pointedly. So
Yeah,
that he
so-
doesn't get caught.
Yes, so that's what I found. So that proof is no longer in my possession. That's correct. I mean, we can get more proof. I just need help.
You're like a serious sad sack. You know that, right?
No.
I've been having a rough year.
How does Queenie feel about Charon? I'd like to know. Is the sad sack part of the appeal? Is this why you broke up?
She is. She broke up with him because all he cared about was work. All he cared about was being a ferryman. All he cared about is following the rules. And she is pissed because this is way out of bounds.
Mm-hmm.
And it's like she doesn't recognize him anymore. She is like really emotional right now and really pissed, but she's also kind of turned on. Like after like, you know, the rule breaking is made her mad because he was so holier than thou about it while they were together. So she like left him, but now like, look, I'm going to go ahead and give her a call back. And I'm going to do my best to try and explain the situation. Redial. Rue, could you do me a favor as the city and play Auntie for me?
Yeah.
What I will say is that Queenie called and then abruptly hung up.
Yeah.
Now does Auntie call back before she can?
I'm gonna.
How do we want to frame this? Do we want to frame this?
Interject really quickly because I actually think this is a new scene.
Ooh.
Even though it's in kind of the same place, because then Rue can play Auntie as you, because right now, I keep wanting to say Barf.
You know what? Yes, this is interesting because Karen got
what they wanted.
Yes, exactly.
You are
Right.
calling.
Karen, you got Queenie's help.
Yeah.
Queenie's going to help you, even though.
Nice.
And because Hector, you're the next person to pick, and
yeah. Let's shuffle.
I think that makes sense.
I'm starting to figure out how this.
How this works.
Yeah. Okay, cool. So we've got Karen is back in the center, and then Queenie moves over to protagonist. Auntie is the accomplice, and then we get to we'll keep these 2 venue cards. Here's what I think.
I want to keep the unless the city wants to change, but
here's what I think we should do. We should, because it's a phone call, I think, Rue, if you do want to play Auntie as the accomplice, then you get to pick where Auntie is. And then the other 2 city members will pick 2 aesthetic elements for where Auntie is. I think that makes the most sense to do.
Yeah, that makes absolute perfect sense.
And then, Hector, you also get to pick, you get to say what Queenie wants from this
Queenie wants to convince Auntie that Lockhart is the killer.
Great.
And to help Karen.
And then I do this. All right, Jason, you and I are the city now. See, guys, this people in chat, this game, it just kind of runs itself.
It does kind of.
It just kind of moves right on to the next thing.
I think she's at a rooftop garden.
Yes.
I like
the Justicars have kind of like their own little building, because then I think it's like the rooftop garden of that. Like the Justicars rooftop garden. I was going to be like intensive care unit, but I think by now she's like gotten. But I do think she's being like attended to by like a physician that's just kind of like walking around. There isn't really that much to do, but she just has them on hand anyway.
Maybe does
a
Auntie
decorative wrap? You know, like a Hollywood wrap.
Like a banana bag kind of thing. Like she's hooked up to an IV, even though she's not really that hurt.
We first get like the split screen of like Queenie and Auntie, and then Auntie's like expands a little, and it's like, there's like the bag and the physician like looking over a clipboard.
Amazing. I'm gonna pick cooing pigeons as one of the aesthetic elements. I'll drop it in here. Jason, what do you want the other one to be?
I mean, let's do exposed brick. Like there's an expensive rooftop garden.
Ooh.
I think Auntie does not call back.
Okay. All right. There is a call then from Queenie.
Queenie? What? Why are you blowing up my phone?
My sincerest apologies, Madame Justicar. I am calling you on behalf of my fellow ferrymen, particularly Barf, who I have just been informed has been killed by a certain masked chicken named Lockhart.
Barf is ruining my day today. I've had it up to here with he's not even alive anymore.
I know. Just tormenting us from beyond the grave. I completely agree with you.
Absolute headache. This is why I hated him. Queenie, you are one of my favorite ferrymen, so I'll hear you out. But on what grounds are you saying that Lockhart is the murderer? Because I just saw him not too long ago, and he was on the receiving end of. Actually, I don't know if you know this. Your ex came out and attacked him in front of me. I don't know what he was thinking. I at least have the grace to do it behind my back, in front of my face.
I think one of the doctor who's here kind of like looks over his clipboard and says, and broke all the windows in your car, if I remember correctly.
Auntie's like seeing red. That was my favorite car. I was on a drive.
Look,
Queenie, this
look,
better be good.
Look, it's you and I both know that Karen is a little rules follower. Doesn't run around willy-nilly breaking the rules unless there's an incredibly important reason. We both know how much of a shit Lockhart is. And we're both very well aware of how broke Lockhart is and how much money that Barf was stuffing under his mattress.
Ooh.
And if I'm being completely honest, when it comes to Barf, Karen was a little bitch boy, and I was constantly in competition. There's no way Karen killed Barf. Lockhart, on the other hand, we both know that Lockhart would have played dirty.
The little scene of Auntie, she's like waving away a doctor who's trying to like take her blood pressure or something. Get this thing off of me. Queenie, I don't like this tone you're taking with me, but I will agree with what you're saying.
My apologies, Madam Justicar. You know how much my ex makes my blood boil. And in the other side of the nightclub, under the table, she like rolls her boot like on the camera, like lingers on her boot under the table, rubbing up and down Charon's inner thigh flirtatiously while she's having this conversation.
Just
Nice.
immediately after calling him
Yes.
A bitch boy.
Yes.
He's my bitch boy.
I'm having a little bit of fun playing this character.
That's so funny.
Karen's just confused.
Also,
She's like, I mean, I'm not
if we
mad
c-
at this.
if we can keep it business, I have a life debt from Karen, meaning he cannot lie to me.
Okay. I will agree with you that Karen was always following around Barf like a little sad little puppy. Very irritating, especially irritating because Karen had so much promise, and to see him following behind Barf of all people, I suppose even a broken clock is correct twice a day. So Barf did some kind of stumbled upon something good.
Look, I know that I do not have the authority to dictate what your decision is going to be. But what if we all meet at the scene of the crime? You'll have an opportunity to inspect what actually happened. You'll have a chance to question them both. And if anybody is out of line, both of us will be there to hold them down.
Okay. I think that can be done. We can figure that out. I'll take a couple of days. I need a few days of rest from all of these shenanigans by these two. But in 3 days' time, we'll do it in 2. Let's not let the evidence get too cold.
Absolutely.
Yeah, tell Karen to bring any proof he can think of, because at the moment, from everything I'm hearing, there's nothing conclusive either way. But I am going to have to judge on Karen fighting Lockhart in front of me. So the
Thank
evidence
you.
seems to be overwhelming.
Thank you, Madam Justicar. I'll see you in 48 hours.
See you then.
And click, hi. And then as soon as she hangs up, Queenie hangs up. I actually the city how does the scene resolve?
Yeah, I have an idea. I think like we see the two of them hang up. Jason, you can add to this too, but at least on Auntie's end, I think the doctor that she waved away, like the camera follows that doctor as he like opens the door to go like down the stairs like from the rooftop and pulls out a chicken mask from his pocket and pulls it over his head. Because it was Lockhart the whole time.
Cool.
Dastardly.
So they now know what the plan is and where the die has been cast.
Oh no.
Ooh, okay.
Jason, do you want to add anything else, Jason, as the city?
I just think on the other side of the phone, Charon is pretty stoked that Queenie has come through. He's like, I gotta get her back, man. But they're also trying to focus on the task at hand. So they're like, all right. She said we gotta go collect evidence or bring evidence. You want to do that with me? Get some evidence.
We have 48 hours.
All right, let's tear through this bottle of vodka and get going.
All right. Yeah, and I think like it's a montage of like the two of them like tearing through this bottle of vodka and then leaving the club half drunk together to investigate.
I actually we'll see. I actually think in the spirit of this game is very fast paced. I actually think we should just have my turn's next. I think we should just jump ahead 48 hours. I think it's more fun skipping this investigation because, like, what are those scenes really going to be? Jump ahead to the, the final confrontation. So I am, okay. It's going to be either Charon or the Bloodhound, or Charon or Lockhart that I play. I think I'll play Charon. I have not played them yet. So I want to get my paws on this gravelly voice. So I'll play Charon, and I think I'm gonna pick Lockhart as the scene's accomplice. Because I think, in my mind, this is gonna turn into a brawl, because this is John Wick. So who wants to play Lockhart?
Yeah, I'll play Lockhart.
Sweet.
Very cool. I think what this is, Jason, you get to decide where this happens, because you are the accomplice. What I want as Charon, even though, I heard the conversation, I think, like, okay, things are looking a little better for me, but I think ultimately I want to kill you. I want to kill Lockhart. That's what I want in the scene. I feel like even if Auntie, hears me out, like, she is biased against Barf, I think maybe Queenie and I were not the most productive. During the 48 hours, I think we got a little distracted.
Oh, yeah, of course.
When you start an investigation after having shared a bottle of vodka, it's like, what kind of stuff are you really gonna turn up? So,
like, I guess we'll start at your place, Karen. That'd be fun.
That would be hot. Do we even get to the? This is a really interesting thing. Rue brought up a valid point. Do we even get to the trial?
Or is this
the abandoned? Because I guess this is up to Jason, right? Because
it's up to Jason, yeah.
Jason, where is this confrontation take place? Does it take place at the old bar? Does it take place at Queenie's safe house? Does it take place somewhere in between? Like, you're
get
playing
to pick whether I'm abiding by the rules by finding you. Like, am I finding you at where we agreed upon, or no?
Yeah. We could have Charon and Queenie show up earlier, Like if they just figure out where Lockhart is and don't feel like doing the investigation and trial as described. But Monty can still be there, just so we have all 4 of our major players in one place.
I mean, Auntie could be there because the city can call it just a car.
Yeah.
Call her out of a just a car. So
yeah, I think
Auntie
pulling
can
her
show
in
up
kind
whenever.
of later.
Let's do a grimy pool hall. I think that's a good one. Maybe it is Barf's bar, but not outside where he was found, just inside.
Inside, yeah.
I like that. That's so devious of Lockhart to be here.
To return to the scene of the crime himself as the perpetrator.
Yeah.
Like they famously do.
Okay, Rue and Hector, you get to pick venue cards.
I want to go for neon lights because I think Barf's bar had like old school neon. Like
Ooh.
it had like the neon sign on the outside, and then maybe there's like a Budweiser neon sign on the inside. Like maybe that was like something that Barf was really proud of, even if the rest of the bar was kind of run down. Like he's like, he would be like, I got real neon, like from the 70s. None of that fake LED crap.
I love that.
I think I'm gonna add in smell of the sea. I think that it's kind of close to
the docks.
Harbor. Yeah.
Yeah.
Cool.
Ooh, maybe this was like a sailor's bar or a merchant marine's bar.
Yeah.
That's very cool.
Yeah, I think the like dock workers would come out here. So it's kind of a little divey.
Yeah.
Those guys kind of scattered around.
Hell yeah. And I am not Queenie. I'm Charon. Flip that. And Charon and Lockhart, as it was always fated to be. There we go. Chicken head. Yeah, what is Lockhart doing? Did you say you're like playing pool? Or you just said it was a pool hall?
He could be playing pool. He was the one that had a pool cue at one point, right?
That's true.
Yeah.
Yeah, so he is playing pool.
I think Charon the door like bursts open. Charon comes in and says, "You motherfucker! What are you doing here?"
I'm trying to take these chumps for their money. Come on, what do you think?
How dare you step foot in this bar? The man I loved, you killed him here, and now you're here playing pool?
Well, I don't know why you're spreading that rumor that I did that. You don't have any proof. That guy, the owner of this bar, was like a father to me. And my real dad's a piece of shit, so.
I think I stride directly over to you and like grab like your shirt right underneath like where the rooster mask is with one hand, and with my other hand I'm like about to unmask you and say,
Damn.
"Face me with your real face."
No, this is my real face. Fuck you. Your mask is stupid. The pandemic is over, and it was fake.
I think Queenie is gonna be like, "Oh no, not today! Everybody, clear out of the bar." Like as
What's
like
up, sunshine? You look good.
I know. And as the city, to also escalate the scene, I would like to call in a just car.
Yay.
And at that time, what I would like Rue to come in as Auntie, if that's cool.
Yeah.
I know we've kind of adopted characters, but I love it.
Yeah. I like playing Auntie.
Yeah.
I like playing Worm.
Worm was
How did we
Worm's
get him
not
in
here.
Worm was so cool. That was a great.
I
Jason,
loved Worm.
you can bring Worm in whenever you want.
Yeah, you could just kind of.
I'm just
he's
kind of
in the
playing-
corner.
I'm just gonna play Lockhart as the son of the character I was playing earlier. So
Yeah, that's true. Okay, so is Auntie showing up now? Is that what calling in the Justicar is, or are you just alerting us that she will show up?
Yeah, no, it's twist the knife, bring down the wrath of heaven, tell them a Justicar has been dispatched to find
Oh
them.
yeah,
Bring them in now or pick them up for your next scene.
I think bring him in now. This might be the last scene.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But instead of playing them, I'm handing them off.
Yeah, here.
Yeah, I think the dock workers are like shuffling out, kind of annoyed. I think some of them were like down to see a fight, and now they have to leave. And outside you hear like a car screech in, and then just from the outside, Auntie's like, "Get out of my way!" And is like pushing dock workers out, who are all like trying to file out as she's trying to file in. And then a few of them kind of get shoved out of the way as she like is using her elephant-headed cane, kind of knocking them around as she gets in.
I think as we hear her like knocking people around and like making her way in, and I know that Auntie is on the way, I tighten my grip and I say, "You tell her what you did, or I rip this mask off and show who you really are once and for all."
fuck you.
Okay. Let's I think this is a what is it, a standoff? Stalemate. If the two of you reach an impasse and neither will back down, both say what you want, then shuffle up and flip. Loser chooses. This can escalate into a duel. But we haven't done one of these yet, so I want to do one.
Yeah.
So this is not a duel. We just shuffle our cards, and then we'll I know what I want. I want for, like I just said, I want Lockhart to admit that they killed Barf. Lockhart, what do you want?
Yeah, I'm just praying hard on Charon's downfall right now. So I'm hoping to kind of turn this situation to my advantage and continue that framing of Charon as like an unhinged person that would be guilty of the crime.
Make me look bad. Okay, then each of us will count down 3, 2, 1 and deal a card, and then we'll see what happens from there. So 3, 2, 1. Oof. Oh, damn. Okay, so Lockhart 1, King, engraved brass knuckles. I kind of in a mirror. I have this handcuff on my wrist. Kind of interesting that we both got things like that. Which means that you win. Loser chooses. And my options, I'll say them all for the benefit of chat, but I know what I'm picking. The options are: winner gets what they want but loses integrity. Loser remakes the winner's flipped calling card, end the scene. Loser walks away and suffers a wound, end the scene. Or what I'm picking, start a duel.
Yeah.
So here we go. So this will be similar to the last time we had a duel, and this will probably end the game. Start with the city. Each member of the city chooses to either choose or invent a calling card for this venue and award it to a duelist, or choose a duelist to mark a wound. Maybe this is karma, maybe it's something else. City, what are you choosing?
I think I'm going to be... I think I'll give flickering fluorescence to Karen.
Ooh.
And
Cool.
I think as a representation of Karen grabbing Lockhart by the throat, Lockhart's going to start with a wound.
Ooh. That's good.
Yeah, I think that grip on the throat was like, there's bruising already starting to appear from that grasp.
I love that. So we've got that described. Rue, do you want to do anything else to describe the flickering lights and how they're working in my favor?
I think the way it's lighting up the scene, it kind of is putting Karen in like almost like like a light glow as like Lockhart is in the shadows. And it's just like kind of giving Karen a little bit better vision than Lockhart is getting. So the lights keep are almost like at a strobe effect, kind of right in Lockhart's eyes. So they're like a little blinding to him, whereas Karen is kind of got a clear view of what's going on around him.
Yeah, I love that. Okay. Jason, you and I take turns setting each of our calling cards into the scene the same way. A little description. I think it is, eerie silence. I think after you say, like, fuck you, the intensity in my eyes gets more, but with everyone having, like, shuffled out of here, except for maybe Worm is hiding somewhere, it's, like, eerily quiet. Like, the music has stopped, and it's just, like, I can hear your breathing, you can hear my breathing, and that's it.
I have this wound from being grabbed. And okay, so you keep touching my fucking mask, which is very important to me because, like, I've had a chicken mask for like my whole life, and then I started listening to podcasts that really reinforced the importance of like how you present yourself.
Yeah, that's one way to put it.
But this is like, it's very much like, my mask is my real face. So like, I feel like right now I've still got it on. I successfully stopped you from taking it off me. And I feel empowered by that. And I'm ready to go. It's gonna be a cockfight.
It is gonna be a cockfight. I also have a wound, which I'll describe next. My like side of my face is still swollen. I definitely, like, you could see, have like a black eye, like, you know, split. If I didn't have a mask on, split lip. I really got the hell beaten out of me when I jumped you and Auntie before, and I really have not had time to tend to it, especially because I kind of then went on a bender with my ex. Back to Lockhart.
I have these engraved brass knuckles that I did not fully clean after smashing your face in a couple days ago.
Ooh. That's a cool echo. What's the engraving? Did we decide what they're engraved with?
Yeah, it's a lock and a heart.
That's really good. And yeah, the heart has some of my blood still like dry in it. Yeah, I think the only other sound you can really hear is I'm like kind of like doing this with my arm, like stretching a little bit. Like one hand I think I still have kind of like here, but the other one I'm moving back, and you can hear just the jingling of this handcuff around my wrist, like one on my wrist and then the other one dangling loose, open. And that's our scene. I think our scene's set.
I have the speed of a coward.
Oh yeah, that's right. You have one more.
So, in spite of like winning the confrontation last time, Lockhart, while you have him in your grasp, is like pretty jittery. Lockhart has been priding himself after setting off the sequence of events by killing Barf as like, he's like, I'm so smart. I'm getting away with this. I'm a mastermind. I'm going to convince the Justicar that I didn't do it. But while he was in the middle of his masterminding, you just jumped him with 24 goons. And so they're like, well, fuck, I thought I was gonna be clever about this, but at any point someone can just attack me with 24 goons. So they have that fear in them.
Yeah, I put one of mine to the side, so I forgot. I do have fancy footwork. And I think as the scene starts, music starts playing in the movie, not like for us. And Charon starts doing a little like in place, like kind of dance, like like a boxer kind of, where I'm like hopping from foot to foot, but it is syncing up with the music. I don't know what, there's a needle drop here. I don't know what the song would be. I'm assuming Auntie and Queenie will get in on this fight. Let's do one round just Karen and Lockhart, I think, to get things going. And then the city can jump in as you see fit. So, Jason, on the count of 3, let's deal our cards. 3, 2, 1. Ooh. Oh, damn. Okay, wounds are trumps. So you win. Basically what has just happened here is I said admit this or I'm taking your mask off. You said fuck you. And I think just in total silence, I try to like rip your mask off. And maybe that's part of like what gives you the wound or exacerbates the wound, but why the wound is in play here is because I'm pulling on like your injured neck, taking it off, but the mask is too strong. I'm not able to rip it off in this moment. And I think you take that opportunity to sucker punch me, maybe. I don't know. Yeah, hit me in the stomach. Jason, you get to pick what you want to do. If you want to press the attack or end the duel. Run like a coward and end the duel.
We're gonna press the attack.
Great. Shuffle any new ones into your decks and flip again. City.
Queenie like looks at Auntie with this like, well, are you gonna do something?
That's very good. One of the ways we can come in is we can be helping one of you two, right? But we can also be having like a concurrent duel.
Yeah, you two could start fighting just each other if you want.
I almost think that makes sense, especially if Queenie's like, hello, Jessica, because Auntie's like, I came here on your behest.
Oh, true. That's true.
All right, Auntie, are you ready?
Yeah.
1, 2, 3.
Oh, just barely.
The limp wins.
Yeah.
Oh, actually, let's keep this result, but let's give you each a second to set up your calling cards.
She's got some really cool light up combat boots. She also has the empty boba tea, which is nearby. It's like sitting on the edge of one of the pool tables. And then she also has her flirty banter. What does Auntie got?
Auntie's got her shady limp that she's kind of trying, she's like embarrassed, so she's sort of trying to walk as if she doesn't have one, which is kind of making her like even worse, like just look like she's limping even more. If she would just accept that she was limping, it would look less bad. She like keeps trying to move really quickly, and then you can see like she is in a lot of pain. Her elephant-headed cane, which she's kind of trying to use to support the other leg instead. This, like, it's fine. Her patronizing gaze is kind of switching back and forth from the two groups, because she is sort of like, I need to take care of this Lockhart thing, but also I am pissed off that this situation even got brought in. And her wound, she's kind of nursing that arm still with the little
from the T-burn.
The burn.
T-burn, yeah.
Great. Okay, so Auntie won that first round just to barely, got a 7 and Queenie got a 6 with the light up boots. So Hector, you get to describe how Queenie takes a wound from this.
I think that Queenie like stomps her light up boots, with an attitude, and it's like, are you gonna do something about this? And Auntie just sort of with the shady limp, like shuffles over to her, and turns and snaps and just sort of like rolls her neck like in an incredibly judgmental way, which causes Queenie to just take a few steps back and recoil in terror.
Yeah, wounds can be physical or emotional in this game. You can die from a broken heart in this game. All right, that brings it back to I gave Queenie a wound. That brings us. Oh no, actually, sorry, Rue, you get to choose. Do you want to keep the duel going, or do you want to run away like a coward?
Ooh. I think Auntie is continuing this duel.
Yeah, that makes sense. Okay, that brings it back to Charon and Lockhart. And what happened last? I got hurt. Yes, I got hurt. From you punched me. So let's deal another card. 3, 2, 1. Oof. Oh, these are so well matched. Okay. I lost again. I got fancy footwork.
No.
And Lockhart has the speed of a coward. I think the way that I get another wound, which would kill me if I weren't the Bloodhound, is that I am trying to keep this a fair fight. So I like let go of you, like step back and get like in like the posture to fight. Like I'm kind of bouncing from side to side. And Jason, what do you hit me with too fast and dirty for me to react?
I know I don't mechanically have a pool cue anymore, but there's one literally just in the scene.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna hit you in the temple with a pool cue.
Yeah. And like crack me right in the head. There's like blood trickling down my forehead. I'm like kind of woozy, dazed. Like I said, this would kill me, except for the fact that if the Bloodhound would die, instead, they can use a special move that they only get, Call on the Past. I pick one of my core 3 calling cards, one of the 3 that I started with, and the city. So Hector and Rue, you set a flashback to that calling card's origin and describe how the memory of it gives you strength, and you shrug off the wound you were about to suffer. I can only flashback to each calling card's origin story once. After that, I'm on my own. So what do I have? Let's go back to the handcuff on my wrist. Let's have that be the flashback. It was originally, there was a briefcase attached, but the city. Tell me what that means. Why does that give me strength?
I think, and this is kind of going back to like what was in the case.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, it is.
The briefcase is the money that Barf got murdered for. And I think like there was this moment where Barf and Charon were having a conversation, like maybe Barf knew something was going down and was like, you need to keep this briefcase safe. Anything happens to me, these are all of my assets, including my debt coins, which you know can be cashed into like other ferrymen.
Mm-hmm.
And the idea that you were the one that was going to inherit everything. Rue, do you think that gives Charon strength to keep going?
I think so. I think that makes sense as like they knew that they were the one that was trusted by Barf. They have like the side of justice on them, kind of.
I think back in the present day then, I like there's the blood. I just got hit with this pool cue and I just laugh and I say, Lockhart, that money you found at Barf's place. You didn't think that didn't seem like quite enough of what he had? You didn't find it all. You found the decoy shit. You incompetent asshole!
Oh, wait, there's more money? Yeah, no, Lockhart will say something that admits guilt. So he'll be like, fuck. I turned the whole place over. What do you mean it's not everything?
I think that's catching you with your heart exposed.
Mm-hmm.
I think I got you here, and I'm not going to be vulnerable in response. Yeah, I think I just say, finally, you're not too chicken to admit what you really did.
Queenie's gonna be like, I told you that motherfucker was guilty. Like to Auntie, you know.
Yeah. Auntie's like, what did you just say? What did you just say out loud?
Yeah, fuck. Auntie, you hated Barf anyway. I was doing you a favor.
Are you going to run like a coward, or are you going to keep fighting?
I do think Lockhart would run, but if we don't
You
want to do
can.
another scene.
Yeah,
Okay.
you absolutely can.
Yeah,
You
he'll
can't.
go.
I mean, yeah, we could also. I mean, we could do another short scene. We could also end it there. I mean, if this is the end and there's a sequel, or Lockhart gets away but leaves something behind. I mean, we know the Justicars would be after him. Do whatever your heart desires.
Yeah, yeah. How do you want Lockhart to go out?
Oh, we'll keep fighting.
Okay.
What?
I will keep fighting. Okay.
Let's kill this man.
Do
Person.
do Queenie and Auntie keep fighting? Does your duel continue after this?
No.
I don't think so. Yeah, I think
No.
Auntie's like, well, hold on.
All right, then let's, Jason, you and I flip another card and
Do I take
continue
a
our duel.
wound for you not?
Oh, you do.
You
Yes.
do.
Yes. So now we're tied up.
So now we're tied up, and let me put this add a wound to your deck. Okay. Let's deal a card and see what happens next round. 3, 2, 1. Wound. Yes.
Nice.
Yes. Okay. I got a wound. Jason got the animal head mask.
That's
Which
great.
is really good.
Yeah.
This is your last wound. You lose the duel. But since you lost this round, Jason, you get to narrate how this goes down.
Okay. So I've admitted my guilt. And just because I've lost control. I should have run away, but I didn't because I'm fucking pissed off. And I know that the Justicars will just kill me anyway. So now I just want to make sure I take Charon down with me. So we're going to continue to fight. I'm going to wind up with the pool stick again. Charon dodges it and then grabs it and just kind of pulls me in closer. Charon, you headbutt me. And blood starts pouring out from under the mask, and then you're able to take the mask off of me. And as I'm like trying to hide my face, that's when you can use I don't know, whatever weapon you want to deal the finishing blow.
I think I clap the handcuff on your wrist so that we're like tied together, and then I like flip you over my back and like smash you onto the pool table behind me, and like that's it. It's with such force that it kills you. And I say, even in death, I can't get away from you.
Queenie struts up, takes a hit off her vape, spits on Lockhart's dead body, and says, "That's for Barf." And affectionately, like, rubs Charon's back.
Charon winces as his whole body, their whole body is like kind of sore now. They had the absolute shit kicked out of them this week.
Auntie comes over, just like rubbing her forehead, just like, oh, this was so much more nuisance than it really needed to be. I don't even care that Barf died or who killed him. I just fighting in front of me constantly. I have to reprimand you in some way, Karen. I even though it was for justice, you should have just come to me. Whatever. It's just kind of like
doesn't even let Charon respond, just goes whatever.
Whatever. Just
Auntie is so over this.
Oh, that's amazing. The way that the game wraps up, I believe, I'm checking the full rules text. Yes, here we go. When the game is past its climax, when the bloodhound has given up the chase, or that rat bastard has choked out his final breath, it's time to roll credits. Go around the table one last time and each pick a character to check in on. Where are they now? Say whether they're proud of what they've done. Take your chance to say goodbye. So we don't do it for every single character. This is again like the safe and loved prompt. But let's return everyone, and everyone gets to pick one character and give them their little epilogue. And I'm gonna actually go back to the other scene so people can see who we're talking about, and it'll just be little images.
yeah.
So let me where is that? Here we go. Okay, people can see who we're talking about. So who wants to go first and narrate a little epilogue for a character?
I'll go. I would like to do an epilogue for Queenie. I think that Queenie is what was it that where Queenie felt safe and loved?
Oh, after the Fight Club, stalking them in the city.
Yeah, I feel like Queenie is going up the stairs in gym wear, and she has like a little some fresh bruises, and is leaving the basement area where the Fight Club is. And as she's making her way down the street in her glow up boots, Charon's brand new car purchased with Barf's millions pulls up. And she stops as the window is rolled down, and she smiles. And that's Queenie's little epilogue.
I love that.
Leaving Fight Club and being picked up by Karen in a sweet black sedan. Bulletproof windows.
Who's next?
I think Worm is... he's on a yacht. He's just blowing through the money that Karen gave him at the beginning of the game.
Oh yeah, that's right.
It's fucking. He's like, word has gotten to him that his son was killed, and he's like a little bummed about it, but he's trying to get over it by being on a fancy yacht and surrounding himself with booze and women.
Mm-hmm.
Yes. But the debtors that he owes money to, they pull up on another boat and they board the boat, and you just see Worm trying to just throw his briefcase of money or his duffel bag of money into a lifeboat and try and pulley it down by himself. And that's where we'll leave him.
Can we get one more taste of Worm's voice?
Yeah.
He's making his escape.
Jesus Christ, my terrible son's dead and all these people want to kill me. Ah, that sucks. I just got this money. Come on.
Amazing. What a good fit. Rue, do you want to go next or do you want me to go next?
You can go next.
Okay. I think I will pick Charon. And I think the little post, end of movie thing is we see, I guess this is kind of a 2-for-1, Lockhart and Charon, because we first see Lockhart's gravestone. And it is, I think, maybe some time has passed. It's like a spring day. So it's post Christmas. Charon throws some lilies down onto Lockhart's grave, looking down very solemnly, and says, "You are like a brother to me, but some brothers suck ass." Rue, who do you want to? You can do Auntie or I guess Barf.
Yeah, it was like in between the two. I think we get like a desk at Karen's apartment or place wherever he stays. And we see like a little note on the desk that's written to Karen, that like is written in the scribblings of someone's handwriting, and it like kind of flips, like the wind like flips it to the other side, too quick for anyone to see the other part of it, but on the back it just says, "So I know you'll know where to find me. Meet me where we talked about where we always met when you were kids." And then it just says Barf underneath, and then you see like a hand kind of walking like touching the note or like adjusting it as it like pans out from the camera and it cuts.
I love that. And honestly, Barf did heal a wound in that flashback.
He came out of the ground.
Auntie's gonna be so pissed.
I
What do you mean you're not dead? Why did I have the worst day ever? You weren't even dead.
Yeah.
Oh
He's
my
like, I
gosh.
can't fucking believe this. Why am I a car? This is the worst.
I also feel like it's 50-50 if Barf is actually alive or if this note was like for some other eventuality. Like, just given Barf's vibe, it's like this might not be even real.
Yeah, this might
that
be
was-
like somebody else doing this.
Oh yeah, Lockhart's real sibling, ready for revenge.
Yes.
Amazing. Well, that's the end of our sordid little tale of bloody revenge. But before we totally peace out of here, I want to give each of you a chance to let people know what other stuff you have going on, where people can find you, other projects, all that good stuff. And I'll throw it over to Jason first.
Cool. Yeah. I've been Jason. Thank you for watching. This was really fun. So thanks, Taylor, for having us on. I have a podcast called the Over Under Podcast where we talk about whether movies are underrated or overrated. So that's fun. The link's in the chat, but you can also find us on like YouTube and TikTok and stuff. Yep, that's it. Thank you again.
I'm Hector, aka Okami, all over the internet. The next place that you can find me is I have scheduled, hopefully it's still happening. On the 17th, I'll be over at Classic Sam NYC, where we're just gonna be talking about games and actual play, and they're gonna be interviewing me, and it's gonna be awesome. Otherwise, on May 30th, we just went on hiatus, a little 2-week hiatus, but on May 30th over at House of Dreams, we're gonna be returning for the second half of the 6th chapter of A Season's Oath. Wander Home, long-running charity actual play series that we're going to be doing. That is going to be really, really fun, and you should come out and you should watch it. Lots of feelings, lots of emotions. And I'll kick it over to Rue.
Hello, everyone. I've been Rue. Can't find me on any other streams, but I am the editor of A Land Once Magic by Vidya Valetti. And so if you like this, actually, I was going to be like, if you like games like this, that A Land Once Magic is nothing like.
Not much like this.
And bullet hells.
There are cards, no? It is playing cards.
There
right?
are.
It is GM-less.
And it is GM-less.
So
if you like those two
just
specific
those
things.
two elements of this game. Yeah, it's a world building game. Use the deck of cards. It's super fun. Go check it out. It came out like about a year ago, I think, is when we like kickstarted it. It came out and should be available in a ton of places.
Yeah, if you want like a post-fantasy version of this game, get together with your group, play A Land Once Magic, make a world that has weird assassins in it, and then play this game in that world.
Yep.
You can even, honestly, that would dovetail because you can make up your own calling cards, so you could fully do that.
Yeah.
Yep.
That is the way Vid especially wants it to be played, is for it to make a world and then to take it to some other system.
It is a very
if
cool
you
game.
do that, at him, because he loves to hear about it.
Yeah.
And as for me, first I need to say, which I'm really doing this very late, Dreamy was canonically first in chat. She's probably not even here anymore, but Dreamy, shout out. You were canonically first in chat 3 hours ago, and I forgot to mention it. But still canon. So the other thing I'll say is, if you're watching this and you haven't backed the Kickstarter for this game yet, what are you doing? Go back it. There's a link in chat. If you're watching this on YouTube later, there's a link in the show notes. Or the description. So check it out. Like I said, the base tier is $15, which is a steal for the digital version, and then goes up from there for the physical versions. But thanks so much, everybody, for playing. This was so much fun. Thanks, Sam Dunewald, for giving me the stuff to run this and the advanced rules. It was super fun. And I think that's everything. So goodbye. Goodbye. See you all later.